Hello friends, this video on application of derivative part 25 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 24. Let's take one more example. Here we have to say that we have to find the point interval. At what points in this interval does this function sin 2x attains its maximum value? So if you see in this question, the interval is well defined. So it is an absolute global maxima question. So if I told earlier the critical points are turning points, right, non-differentiable and endpoints, correct? So the turning point is nothing but where my f dash x is 0. That is nothing but f dash x is nothing but cos 2x into 2 pi, because my fx is sin 2x. So my f dash x will be cos 2x into 2, and this is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, my 2x will be nothing but, I can say pi by 2 also, 3 pi by 2 also, 5 pi by 2 also, and 7 pi by 2 also. I am taking in this range because I want x to be of the form 0 to 2 pi, or I can say x is nothing but pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4 and 7 pi by 4. I can't take more because these are the only values in 0 to 2 pi where my sin 2x or cos 2x is 0. They are the only turning points, correct? There are other turning points also, but since my domain is fixed now, in this fixed domain, these are the only turning points. Now this is done. Non-differentiable point not in picture because sin 2x is a differential function. Endpoints, yes, we have to take 0 and 2 pi also. So in this we'll take critical points. I'll write here critical points. I'll add 0 and pi also. So I'll add 0 and then pi by 4, 3 by 4 pi, 5 by 4 pi, 7 pi by 4 and pi, 2 pi. So I just added in the last because I wanted to maintain the consistency. You can add anywhere. So these are my critical points. These two are endpoints, and these are our turning points. Now I have to find the value at all these points. Let's find f of 0 is nothing but sine of, see, f of x also, let me write here to make to just show you clearly. F of x is sine 2x. So f of 0 is sine of 2 into 0, that is sine 0, and that is 0. Let's take f of next value is pi by 4. This is nothing but sine of 2 into pi by 4, that is sine pi by 2, and that is nothing but 1. This guy is also done. Next is f of 3 by 4 pi, 3 by 4 pi, and that is nothing but sine of 2 of 3 by 4 pi, and that is nothing but 3 by 2 pi, that is minus 1. Similarly, let's take 5 by 4 pi. F of 5 by 4 pi is nothing but sine of 2 into 5 by 4 pi, and that is nothing but sine of 5 by 2 pi, that is 1. If you are having difficulty in this understanding why sine of 5 by 2 pi is 1 and all, please watch my trigonometry videos where we explained everything clearly. The next is this guy, 7 by 4 pi. So f of 7 by 4 pi, that is sine of 2 into 7 by 4 pi, that is sine 7 by 2 pi, that is again minus 1, and then 2 pi. F of 2 pi is nothing but sine of 2 of 2 pi, that is sine 4 pi, that is 0. So if you see, the maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is -1. This is my max and this membrane. Correct? So we have to find the point at which it attains the maximum value actually. So the maximum values are this guy and this guy. Correct? I'll put a star here. So the points at which this guy attains the maximum value is x, this guy and this guy. That is x is equal to pi by 4 and 5 by 4 pi, because this is f of x. So that is what I was asked. And the maximum value is, max value is equal to 1. The question asked me, find the points at which this guy attains the maximum value. The points are pi by 4 and 5 by 4 pi. Let's take one more example. We have to find the maximum value of this function in this interval. And we have to again find the maximum value for this function, the same function in the other interval. So here also if you see, same thing, same logic. The critical points can be either my turning points, my non-differentiable points, and my endpoints. Since it is a function, it's a continuous function, there is no non-differentiable point. So we'll talk about turning points and endpoints only. For turning points, I have to find f dash x, and that has to be equal to 0. Or f dash x is nothing but 2x cube becomes 2 into 3x square, 24x becomes 24, and 107 becomes 0. So this is my equal to 0 because this is f dash x. Or I solve it further. This is nothing but 6x square minus 24. I'll take 6 into common, x square minus 4 is equal to 0. If you solve this, x is nothing but plus minus 2. So there are 2 points I get from turning points. Endpoints. Endpoints, if I assume this guy is 1 and 3. So my critical points I write here. Critical points will be 1, 3, 2 and minus 2. Correct? These are my critical points. But are these my critical points? No. We have to be little cautious here. Why? Because I am saying my interval is 1 and 3. Minus 2 is not part of my interval 1 and 3. Correct? So minus 2 is not my critical point. Please note, a trick here is x was 2 and minus 2, but minus 2 is not part of the interval. So I will not consider minus 2 at all, because I am bothered only about these intervals. So even if you get a turning point which is not in that interval, I will not take that. Please note here, this is a little critical part here. X was minus 2 and plus 2. We took 2 because 2 comes here and minus 2 comes somewhere here. Minus 2 is not in this range, so I will not take minus 2. Correct? So this is my critical point set 1, 3 and 2. So I'll find the value of 1, f of 1. F of 1 will be nothing but, if you find actually 2 into 1 cube, because 2 into 1 cube minus 24 into x, that is 1 plus 107. We solve this becomes 24 minus 1, minus 23 plus 107. This is minus 23, sorry, 2. 2 minus 24 is minus 22 plus 107, that is 85. Similarly, if you find f of 2, that will be 2 into 2 cube minus 24 into 2 plus 107. If you solve this, you get 75. And if you find f of 3, that is 2 into 3 cube minus 24 into 2 plus 107. What you get is 89. So if you compare all this is my maximum value. And that is my answer for the first part. In the second part, I'll just draw a line here. Second part, my interval is changing. So my critical point will be, I'll take the endpoints for sure. Now I have 2 and minus 2. Out of 2 and minus 2, you see minus 2 is in this range. 2 is not. So here I'll take minus 2 and I'll ignore 2. Please note why? Because 2 is not a member of minus 3 and minus 1. So I'll ignore 2 here. In this case, minus 2 was not member of 1, 2, 3. So I ignored minus 2. Here I ignored 2. Correct? So here also same thing. I have these critical points. You can find the value of f of minus 3. That will come out to be 125. You find the value of f of minus 2. Just solve on your own. You'll get 129. You find the value of minus 1. That will come out to be 139. And then you'll see this is the max value. So for the same function, if you see, when my domain changes, the maximum value also changes. Correct? And that is quite true also. If this is my function, right? So in this particular domain, if you see, this is the maximum value, but in this particular domain, my maximum value is different. Let's take one more example. It is a little other way around problem. Here we have been told that at x is equal to 1, the function attains the maximum value. We have to find the value of a. So again, I told maximum value can be obtained at endpoints, turning point, and non-differentiable points. In this case, continuous function, non-differentiable is not in picture. X is equal to 1 is not the endpoint, so we'll ignore this. That means x is equal to 1 is a turning point. Turning point means f dash x is equal to 0. F dash x is what? x4 becomes 4x cube. 62 into x square becomes 2x. Ax becomes a, 9 becomes 0. And that is equal to 0 for turning point. So what I get? 4x cube minus 124x plus a is equal to 0. If you solve this, this is f dash x. And I am told that, f dash x is this much. I am told that f dash 1 is equal to 0. Why? Because at x is equal to 1, my function is turning. It is maximum value. So this is 4 into 1 square minus 12, 124 into 1 plus a is equal to 0, or I get a as 120, and that is my answer. Correct? What I've done, I found the value of f dash x, and then I knew that f dash of 1 is equal to 0. I found the value of f dash 1, this guy, and this is equal to 0, and I found a is equal to 120. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.